Welcome back to Across the Board. Sports isn't always just about the athletes. It's about the people who make it happen. And our reporter Lauren Linville caught up with an OU student who has worked her way up within the athletic department and found her passion right here with Sooner Sports Pad.
Okay, so now we need to decide a worker. So basically this is just any girl / woman on campus that works in athletics that you know of that would be good to talk to.
We could do Annie Barraza. She does PR for Sports Pad.
Yeah, she works in the athletic. Right, we all
Yeah,
do.
I love Annie. Let's do Annie. That's a good idea. Does anyone want to take over that ticket?
Some students volunteer, some students work, but not all take after Annie Barraza, who does it all. A senior from Dallas, Texas, Annie came to the University of Oklahoma with intentions of pursuing a degree in sports broadcast journalism.
I was trying to do broadcasting, so I knew it was kind of hard for women to get into that field. Samantha Ponder was my idol, and I was like, I have to be her and everything.
Annie dove right in, getting involved in OU's entirely student-run newscast, OU Nightly, as a sports brief anchor. But her plans changed after a semester of sitting in the anchor chair.
I would get so nervous before, and I was like, I shouldn't be nervous for something that I would love doing. And I just didn't really enjoy it as much. So I was like, okay, PR was always in the back of my mind, and my parents were like, you'd be so good because it's a lot of people working and organizing and all that stuff. So I was like, okay. So when I switched, I was like, I still want to be involved with sports. I want to do something sports-wise. So PR was just a perfect fit.
She didn't waste any time finding a new place outside of the classroom to direct her free time. Annie learned about an internship opportunity in the athletic department for students interested in public relations within the sports realm. Since her start 2 years ago as a sophomore, Annie has since gone from volunteer status to student assistant in OU athletic communications.
Usually each one of our kids works 10 to 12 hours, and so she's kind of built her way up to helping me with men's golf. So when golf gets rolling, I really rely on Annie to do a lot of the dirty work that I don't get to do on a daily basis because of everything that's going on. So Annie, for a typical day for her, is going to come in on a Monday and usually update our stats after we play on the tournament. Kind of help update anything on our website that needs to be updated before we play in our next event. Helps me work through interviews and stuff when we have those going on. For example, we had Golf Channel here a couple weeks ago doing a story on our team for an upcoming tournament. She helped me kind of plan through all of that.
Usually I work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then depending on when Tyler gets photos from the tournament, I will archive the photos. So I will look at all the photos, name them, who's in the picture, and then I'll drop them into each player's folder.
Annie is a student assistant at the athletic department located here in Gaylord Stadium. She is co-vice chair of publicity for class council, as well as co-public relations chair for OU's premier sports show, Sooner Sports Pad, all while finishing up her final year here at OU.
The biggest thing is that I trust her. Anytime you give somebody the reins to do a lot of things, you want to be able to trust them and know that they have the skills to do it, to where we don't have to backtrack and double check, and she's always wanting to learn.
Her role at Sooner Sports Pad allows her to be a role model to her all-women public relations team, and much like a football team needs momentum from its crowd, the Sooner Sports Pad talent needs an audience to keep up that energy.
We're in charge of getting studio guest audiences to sit in the audience, so a group of 30 students from any type of organization around OU. We're in charge of setting up the stands, putting heads on them for the face-off and putting up signs to direct the studio audience to get to Studio D, and then we also order pizza for the crew and then the audience as well.
Annie truly believes women are starting to take over the sports media world, and she's not letting any stereotypes get in her way of finding her place in it.
I'm starting in a job search now, and that's kind of the one thing that I don't even think about. It's just kind of at the bottom of my list, just trying to find an actual job. That's the top priority.
She may be graduating soon, but Annie Barraza will leave OU knowing there's a group of ladies looking to follow in her footsteps. Lauren Linville, Across the Board.
I'm here with Lauren Linville now. Lauren, thank you for joining me. That story was great.
Thank you for having me, Tori. I'm excited to talk about it.
Great. What was your takeaway on Annie's story whenever you were learning more about her?
So one thing I learned about Annie is she's involved in a lot of things around campus, whether it be what we learned about her working in the athletic department or with Sooner Sports Pad. She also works every summer at Camp Crimson. She's worked as a small group leader. But I think the best thing about Annie that I don't know if we got to touch much on is her ability to take charge and lead a group like these women in the PR team with such poise. And they all respect her so much and look up to her in such ways that not every leader gets to lead a group. And so I think that was what I really took away from Annie, was not just everything she's involved in, but her character in doing so. And I loved getting to hear about everything she does on campus, but I think what I liked a lot was the behind the scenes when I was talking to her as a friend rather than someone who was interviewing her for a story.
Well, thanks so much for joining